Europe is getting insane. Hello everyone, Miss Bitcoin here, and today I have a bit of a rant for you. Last week, a major report came across my desk that probably shouldn't have surprised me, but it did. In France, a new bill was proposed to tax unproductive wealth. That will include everything from yachts to fine art and, you guessed it, your Bitcoin. First arrests for social media posts in the UK, then limited bank withdrawals in Spain. It's a race to the bottom in Western Europe. What we are seeing now playing out in France is a war on saving. You see, the debt-based fiat monetary system that we have lived in for so long relies on more debt and less savings. Here's how it works. New money is created out of thin air. Each time a bank loans money to someone, let's take an example with some easy math. If you took a loan out of 100 at 5% interest, that means you need to pay back 105, right? See? Those extra 5 didn't exist before, but now you owe them to the bank. So if more money isn't created somewhere else, through even more debt or outright money printing by central banks, not everyone who has taken out a loan will be able to pay it back. There simply isn't enough cash. The only option is more debt or more money printing. Pick your poison. So, to sum it up, if new borrowing stops, there won't be enough money to service existing debts, which can lead to people defaulting on loans or even banking collapse. No es bueno. But instead of tearing out this clearly dysfunctional system and starting with a better foundation, governments are waging war against savers. Why? Well, because savers are a drag on a debt-based monetary system. Let's say someone chooses to preserve their value in something like gold or Bitcoin. This comes at the cost of not taking on more debt. So while saving is the prudent thing to do, it causes a big headache for governments that are trying to keep the fiat system alive for their own benefit. Low interest rates make borrowing attractive and can shake people out of some investments and into debt. But when you hold something like Bitcoin, well, cheap debt just doesn't have quite the appeal that it would otherwise. So France has proposed going on the attack. And it's convenient, these unproductive assets, they're going after things like yachts, fine art, and others, are assets that won't impact the average voter. And of course, their favorite target, Bitcoiners. Not only does saving in Bitcoin cause problems for debt-based Ponzi, it also represents a vote against every fiat gain these politicians want to keep alive. The good news is that you have options. The first and one that we discussed here last week is to get out. Find a place that treats you like a human being and respects your rights to life, liberty, and property. At the Bitcoin Way, we are seeing more and more people make the leap to places like Panama, where the tax policies are reasonable, the climate is amazing, and life is simpler and safer. I have spent the last few years traveling the world, and it is incredibly obvious the places where people are welcome and free. The pace of life is different. The people are friendlier. The madness of these sorts of news headlines seems distant. It makes me grateful to come from a place where my freedom is still intact, but even more motivated to spread the word that there is hope and that you can have a better life. You can just do things, including living these authoritarian regimes, and I know it to be true because many people are. But I digress. More importantly, though, you need to protect your wealth with Bitcoin. The days of Bitcoin as a speculative asset are long gone. Now it's just money, and it's the best form of money the world has ever seen. You can earn it for your work or buy it peer-to-peer, which if done properly means nobody else ever has to know you own it. The beauty of Bitcoin is that you don't need the government's permission to acquire it, and you don't need a bank permission to send it. You don't need anybody's permission to take it with you when you leave, no matter where you go, and you also don't need anyone's permission to keep the fact that you own Bitcoin to yourself. The catch is that you alone need to hold the keys. This means self-custody, not some fiat Bitcoin hybrid self-sovereignty. It's only an option for those willing to take responsibility to their wealth. It may sound daunting, but it really isn't that hard. You just need the right teacher to help you learn the skills, and you will be on your way in no time. Many parts of the world are getting scary, and the war on savers will continue to ramp up as governments become more desperate. But even if you feel safe now, waiting until things get bad is not the answer. Do yourself a huge favor. Secure your wealth with Bitcoin in 100% self-custody. Have the courage to defy the talking heads and be a saver. Don't let complacency win. If it does, it may just be your greatest regret.